Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. My name's Lisa Huber, and you're listening to the Divine I Am Broadcast Network, where we bring spiritual and metaphysical awareness from the heart to the public. And today it's my pleasure to introduce my friend, Soma ARah. She's an internationally renowned psychic medium, Reiki master, healer, shamanic practitioner, Pleiadian starseed and hybrid and channel, UFO abductee and contactee, and spiritual teacher, indigo adult and mystic. And she's been a channel for the Pleiadian since childhood. She's also the author of two books, The Pleiadian Child and What's Really Going On. Welcome, Soma.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank
Thank
you. I feel
you.
privileged to be here, and I'm very much looking forward to connecting with you.
Oh, we're so excited. We really are. We've been waiting for this. I just want to tell you real quick. I saw Maria just joined us in the feeds, and Jennifer, welcome. And Lisa is with us, and Michaela and Kennedy. Guys, if you could please share this live out. The more the merrier. We're excited to share this topic to be with Soma ARah. So we greatly appreciate you sharing all this out. Excuse me. I see Faris just joined us too. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much. And Julie, welcome. And Katie. Well, let's get the show going here. Did you want to tell them a little bit more about yourself, Soma ARah, and what you'll be discussing?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Lisa.
Mhm.
So I have, where do I start with that? Okay, so I had a lot of trauma as a child, and because of that, I connected with the Pleiadians. So I've been connected to them consciously since the age of 8 that I can consciously remember. But also past lives. I come from the Pleiades. I'm a Pleiadian hybrid, and um, just delighted to be here on Earth at this time, and with the ascension and evolution and where we are, in the great shit show of things on Earth at the moment. I'm delighted to be here at this time, and I think there's so many of us so many of us as starseeds that chose this time now to be here on Earth now, and I know that things have been difficult and challenging, to say the least, but this is why we're here for this time now.
I gotta say, I know we were just talking about before the show the energy, the collective energy, and how we all feel it. Like last week, myself and quite a few people I know, we were all just releasing or tearing up, and that's not a bad thing. So, and I just wanted to say real quick, welcome into Jill. I saw you join, and Kelly, yay, welcome, and Sarah. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Please share this out. We greatly appreciate it. And welcome to Swapil and Deve in Clubhouse. Thank you for joining us, guys. So, um, you were going to talk about the Pleiadians when you connected when you were little. It's amazing.
I did. It was my childhood was very cathartic, because on one hand
I bet.
I had extreme negative experiences that
Hmm.
caused really profound spiritual experiences. So through the trauma, it opened a door for me on a very individual, personal level. But I can see that the same is happening collectively at the moment, where the negative agenda is really, it has kick-started something a couple of years ago with COVID,
Right.
and that has collectively opened the door for us collectively. So where we're going through a huge ascension, a huge awakening, we're going through evolution. So the negative actually has become a positive thing, or is a positive thing, because it's igniting us to connect, to unite, to stand together, to speak up, to rise up, to raise our frequency. It's ignited a lot of starseeds to take action and come out of the spiritual closet. So it's a good thing.
It
The negative
is.
is a good thing, because it's waking us up.
It truly is. And I just noticed Jennifer says, when you mentioned that about trauma, I feel like a lot of Pleiades beings go through a lot of trauma.
Because they really do, and other star seeds as well. It's not just the Pleiadians,
Mm-hmm.
star seeds, but it's through the trauma that if we can work through the trauma, if we can forgive others and forgive ourselves and step into our heart and be love frequency and move forward and stand tall and raise our frequency, if we can move beyond the pain and the trauma of the past, it that's a game changer. That is really a game changer. If we can move through the pain and heal it and come out the other side, that is where our power is. Our power lays in the trauma, because it's the trauma that heals us. I would have been a very different person had I not had the trauma. I'm sure of it,
Right. Wow. And is there anything specifically to Pleiadians that they might need for energy clearing, or that you might recommend, or that you notice that might be different from other star seeds? Because I know you've got quite a few Pleiadians here right now with us.
Hello.
I know.
Greetings. Well, the Pleiadians are, the Pleiadians on the Pleiadian star system are all about love, the love
Mm-hmm.
frequency. And so are the hybrid Pleiadian star seeds. They are all about the love frequency. They have very gentle energy,
Mm-hmm.
and they're very sensitive, super sensitive, very intuitive, extremely empathic, and telepathic. And all of those abilities, because we're in Ascension, all of those abilities are evolving and becoming, accelerating. All of those abilities are accelerating at a rapid pace at the moment, and we're being targeted. I was speaking to a friend earlier, and we're all really being targeted at the moment. We're all going through stuff, especially starseeds, because we get tracked and traced. Our soul gets tracked and traced from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, and that is to do with the war between light and dark, between positive and negative ET energies. And we are caught up in that, where our soul gets tracked and traced by both the positive and the negative ET races, because they know who we are before we do, as children, and sometimes even as adults. Sometimes we wake up as starseeds in adulthood. So we get tracked and traced from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, which is why our history books, the witches, the medicine women, we had various stages of torture through our history, including the Native Americans, the Africans, the Aborigine, the Maori, the Indians, the Celtics, the Irish, including the Gypsies, who I actually don't see much difference in. So the spiritual people have been targeted because we were them. In the history, the spirit, the starseeds would have been called witches or medicine women or shaman, or so we've all been, tracked and traced and targeted, and that's from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. And that's, caught up in the war of the worlds, as the Pleiadians call it to me. I'm so delighted that we've got so many starseeds here.
Oh, yes. I'm just looking across the feeds, and everybody's like Jennifer. Jennifer, thank you for sharing. She said, I'm drained all the time, but I'm a medium and I'm having trouble with boundaries with spirit.
Yeah, that's a big thing at the moment. Boundaries are really coming up for me at the moment. Boundaries and being targeted. And I think that's a collective thing,
I do
because
too.
yeah. So be gentle on yourselves, be kind to yourselves, come back to the basics, keep it in the day, nurture yourself, good food, good water. Personal self-care is really take care of yourselves first, and just do the basics, stay in the positive love energy. And if you can't do that, then stay in joy energy. And if you can't do that, then stay in gratitude. Try and keep your energy on an even keel, whatever frequency you're at. And music and healing and sound and grounding and nature, just pull it back to the basics, to keep your energy as high a frequency as you can. Good food, good diet, self-care, 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 self-care. And wrap yourselves up in lion energy and lioness energy, and goddess energy. Face your stuff. That's something that's coming up for me at the moment, is face my stuff. Face your stuff. And we're getting hit from all sides. We're getting bombarded with energies, personally and individually and collectively. It's a shit show out there. It really is. Excuse my language, but it is.
No, it really is. It's true. And it's like you're dodging, and then you want to be there, and you want to comfort people as well. So it's really learning to set your boundaries at this time. I feel that as well. And I just want to check in with Clubhouse, since we've had people join in. If anyone on stage has a question for Soma ARah, if you'd like to flash your mic, let me know. Kennedy, hi honey, welcome. Welcome. Did you have anything you'd like to say to Soma ARah, or a question?
I did. So recently I spoke to someone and they were telling me like, oh, you kind of get like you've been in Atlantis vibes. Typically they're Pleiadian, so I've been told like I'm Pleiadian. Do I know I'm Pleiadian? No. But I heard you say something about like hybrid or something like that. I actually typed my question up. Oh, what are the different types of Pleiadians? You said hybrid. Are there other types? Like, what are the differences?
Good question.
Well, a hybrid is part human and part starseed. So there's different hybrids. Some of them are Pleiadian, some of them are Syrian, some of them are Lyran, and there's thousands of different star nations. So I'm not really too sure what your question is. Are you asking about the different Pleiadian star system?
I actually think I misunderstood when you explained it right now. You did answer my question. You said hybrid. When I asked for hybrid, I thought like there were different subcategories of the Pleiadian hybrid, but then you said Syrian and Arcturian, so that makes a lot more sense. But I do have another question. Are there some telltale characteristics that you could look within yourself to see if you're Pleiadian?
Some telltale signs?
Yeah. It would be to do with the love frequency, to do with being very sensitive, very gentle. Jesus was Pleiadian, so there's that Christ energy of just love energy. Very intuitive, very sensitive to energy, very empathic, very gentle, love frequency. And some of the different star seeds are a bit different, because I'm also a mixture of other star seeds. And I think most people are, but I mostly relate with the Pleiadian energy. Over the last couple of years, I've also realized, or been told actually on an interview, that I have Lyran energy, and that is to do with the lioness energy, or the lion energy, and the strength and the backbone and the fierceness and the determination and the ignition, the spark of I will not back down. And that's, to me, that's Lyran energy. And then you've got other energies as well, but those are the two that I mostly know about, or have experience in and knowledge.
I love that. Thank you, Kennedy, for asking. And let me ask, do you own any cats? Because I own cats, and I've been told I'm Lyran. I'm like,
yeah, yes, we have a cat here. My landlady has a cat here. Yeah, and I love cats. Always have.
Me too. Oh, that's so. I just had to ask. And I just noticed, and I'm going to come back because I think Julia flashed her mic in Clubhouse. Susan on Facebook asked, can someone's purpose perhaps just to be, hold space for Mother Gaia? Sometimes they feel I'm not doing enough. So just being there and holding space.
I think that's one of the most important things sometimes.
Yes.
Just to hold space. And if you feel like you're not doing enough, Susan, then do more. Do more. Now is the time not to wait. Now is the time to take action. Now is the time to come out of the spiritual closet to do our missions, whatever it is. If it's holding space or speaking or healing or readings or however we do it, we all have our little niches as starseeds where we have stronger missions in some aspects. So if you feel like you're not doing enough, then do a little bit more.
Thank you, Susan. And it's funny, when it came to mind, I had a spiritual teacher that told me one time, if everyone came down with all the, and I don't want to say gifts because you're a perfect spirit, but if you all came down with all the knowledge that you've ever learned, we'd implode. So we choose what we come down here with, what we want to work with. So that's what I was told. So you're not overloaded. And so there might be someone with their psychic senses that they're more clairvoyant or, but yeah, like you said, and for reading, offering cards, offering healing, meditation, and just holding space, your energy alone. You're holding space and they can feel your energy. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to say that because it just popped into my head.
Yeah, no, Lisa, I think that's really important. That's one of the most important things we do is hold space.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's in an interview or a workshop or public speaking or healing or sometimes just with friends having coffee, just holding space, holding the energy and allowing that energy to flow through us.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me just go back. I want to check in and reset the room. For those of you that just joined Clubhouse, welcome Maureen and Aaron and Felicia. And I'll send you guys invites up to the stage. If you're new, my name's Lisa with the Divine I Am Broadcast Network. And you're listening to Soma ARah. And you can catch her now live on the link that I've pinned above. There's a YouTube link so you can see her lovely self. And we wanted to welcome everybody that just joined us in the feeds. I see Meredith just joined us. Welcome. Maria and Di. And Kelly, happy to see you on here. So I just want to check back in the Clubhouse. Julia, did you have a question?
Hi, yes.
Go for it, honey.
Okay, first of all, Soma, thank you so much for holding this room because I went through a course where they would explain different stars and give us a guided meditation, like a meditation so you could connect to your guides. And I have guides from Andromeda, Orion, and Pleiadians, but at the same time, and I thought I'm from one of those planets, my seed is, but I was told by an oracle that I am an Arcturian. So by the way, by the time you were speaking, I already had like 4 or 5 questions. I can talk about this for hours. And I was like, if I start talking, I can keep going. So first question, is it like, how does it work? Okay, I am from, so I was told that I am an Arcturian, which is, and then I personally connected to guides from 3 different stars, like, why why and does it mean I'm supposed to have guides from Arcturian galaxy as well? I don't know. I'm still I feel like I'm a blind kitten trying to go through the woods and figuring this out on the fly while so anyways, that's my question. Sorry.
Okay, and what was your name again? Sorry.
Hi, it's Julia.
Julia, okay. So, well, the first thing is we are a multitude of different star nations. So some of us are Pleiadian, Lyran, Syrian, Arcturian. There's there's so many. I don't even know all of them. I just know the most common ones. So we travel the galaxies and the universe and the star systems from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. And we go from the Pleiades to Syrian to Lyran to various different ones. So we all have different aspects of those in our soul, in our DNA, in our blood, which is what makes us hybrids. But some of us resonate more with the Pleiadians or Lyrans or various ones because we feel, because sometimes that can have been a very close lifetime where we feel it more because it's in close proximity to our recent past life, where we may have had Lyran way back. So that is also an aspect. So also the other thing is, when someone tells you, including myself, when someone tells you that you have Lyran or Pleiadian connection, always trust yourself first and feel into it. Feel into that energy. Does it resonate with you? And Julia, you've probably had several lifetimes on different places. And sometimes a psychic or a medium like myself will come along and maybe they only home in on one aspect of you. Maybe you've got a Lyran or a Turian, and they don't see the others because for some reason, and maybe they do, but always trust yourself. Always trust yourself first. Your gut instincts, your intuition, your awareness, your consciousness, your psychic abilities, which are very natural to have. So always trust yourself first. And our guides, we've known our guides in past lives. We've known our guides in past lives.
Thank you.
So
So guides, it's our helpers that we knew before, in a way. So in the future lives, I can be a guide for my sister, for example. My husband I can be a guide for my husband and things like that. Interesting.
Yes, and that includes on Earth and off Earth. So sometimes our guides could be Ashtar or Jesus, who was Pleiadian, or they could be a Native American from in a physical lifetime on Earth, a human lifetime, and they could also be Pleiadian. So we're a multitude as on Earth, on Earth as above, so below. So on Earth we have a multitude of races, colors, cultures, creeds, religions, and we're all connected. And the same is for the universe. The universe is teeming with life. We're not alone. We've never been alone, and we don't even come from here. We're not human. We're hybrids. Starseeds are hybrids.
Thank you, Julia.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And I just wanted to say, everybody's starting to pop in their questions. We appreciate that, guys, and the feeds as well. I see you on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. Let me just pop this question up. Susan says, I was wondering, what about attachments? Does this come from only this dimension? Did we have to cut cords every day, every hour? Wow, what might make you think you have an unhealthy attachment? I mean, can this also be different from spiritual attachment? Are these always lower energy suckers? Thank you again. So glad you're here. Thank you for all those questions, Susan, because those are good questions.
They are. They really are. Thank you, Susan. And I'm going to say it's really great to be answering some of your questions. I don't often do interviews where I get asked questions, and it's really nice. I really like that. So I'm sure I'll be doing more of that. Lisa, please can you leave that question up so I can read it for a little bit. Thank you, darling, because there's a lot of questions there. So attachments. Does this come from only from this dimension? No, there's many different dimensions. So dimensions can be higher or lower, and different attachments can come in at different times. Attachments are never only from this dimension. They're also to do with past life, and unresolved issues. And then you've got the aspect of soulmates, twin flames, and lovers, and all of that kind of stuff. So that there's a lot going on with that. Also, do we have to cut cords every day, every hour? I would go with how you are feeling, Susan. If you feel you need to cut cords every day or every hour, do it when you feel what resonates with you. This is really important because we're here to take back our power. So we need to actually stop listening to other people and what other people are saying. It's about us individually taking back our power and listening to ourselves and not listening to the doctor, because we know our bodies better than a doctor, because we've been in our bodies since birth, the majority of us. So, okay, so the other question is, what might make you think you have an unhealthy attachment? I mean, can this also be different from spiritual attachment? Are there, there's all kinds of different attachments. I'm not sure if you mean like an energy suckers. There are, I call them hijackers, energy hijackers, where they suck off your energy, and they are from lower dimensions. So there's a multitude of different attachments that we have, but that's kind of, I think what you mean, Susan, is energy suckers or energy attachments. So we do have them, but it's all about clearing the negative. Clearing the hijackers. Thanks, Susan.
She said
Clearing
yes,
the
hijackers. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. That's what I call them too, hijackers. And honestly, if you're in a certain mood and maybe you're really down, something brought you down, if you daily do energy scans of your own body, you'll know if something doesn't feel that it's you, and just try to pinpoint that area, getting to know yourself every day. But yeah, because I've had that happen to me, and I'm like, where's this coming from? And long story short, I actually could feel my uncle was having a heart attack. That was a completely different experience. But yeah, I mean, I'm just so glad we're talking about this, because whether regardless of Starseed or not, we're all connected, and we can feel things depending on how open we want to allow ourselves to be. Let me just go back in to check in Clubhouse. I think I just saw, Aaron, I sent you an invite, honey. I don't know if you're seeing that or not. And if anyone on stage has any questions, please flash your mic for Soma ARah. Just checking in Clubhouse. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay, Lisa. I think what you were saying just now is really important. It doesn't matter if we're starseeds or not. It doesn't matter at all. What matters is that as a starseed, for me personally, it's not. I don't care. I'm a starseed. What matters is the information that comes through. That's what's important. That's our purpose. That's our mission. But even if we're not starseeds, the collective is going through an ascension period of evolution that is very real. It's very real. So so normal people, let's say normal people, who are not starseeds, who are not psychics, who are not mediums, who are not healers, even the skeptics. I'll use the skeptics as an example. Even the skeptics are becoming awake, becoming aware, seeing the illusion of the matrix. They're waking up psychically. They're waking up as healers. They're waking up as mediums. They're waking up to telepathy, to things that they would have said 5 years ago, that is not real. So whether we're starseeds or not, whether we're psychics or not, or healers or mediums, we are all waking up to a higher level of awareness. So if we're here, we're waking up to this. And if we're here, we're waking up to this. We are all on the ascension boat, the ascension timeline, the evolution. Whatever soul level we're at, we are all evolving, all of us, including the Pleiadians, including the Syrians, including everything in the universe is evolving. We are really in the crux of evolution. And that includes everyone. There's no one that gets left out. No one. Unless the negative agenda chooses a different timeline, and the timeline split and become two.
Let me ask, do the Pleiadians have a specific message right now for us that you could
Okay, so I'm just going to close my eyes and yesterday has been and gone, and it's really time on a daily basis to release attachments, release old energy, step into a new day each morning. Clear yesterday because it no longer exists. Step into your highest potential, your highest self, and do it and do it on a daily basis, where you, and I can take this message for myself as well, step in the morning into a space of love, of light, frequency, of health, of healing. Raise your energy. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you from yesterday, from the last few minutes even of the morning. Let go of the old patterns, the old ways of being. This is a new dawn for humanity, and you are here, we are here to step up to the plate, to begin anew, to raise our frequency, raise the energy. This is so important. And the more you raise your energy, the more you can expect to be negatively attacked, or to have negative attachments come at you, or to be targeted on the astral plane, because we are in a war, people. We are in a war between light and dark, and the more we step up, the more the negative will come at us, because both sides have an agenda. Both sides have an agenda where the light has its purpose and mission, and so does the dark. And both, and I do see a positive outcome for the light, but both are fighting for their very souls. It's a war dance. It's a chess game. So we need to do the very best that we can. We need to step up to the plate. And that also, the other thing that they've showed me recently is that starseeds are giving birth and going to be giving birth to the new humans.
Wow.
The new humans, the illumined ones, on each generational from now on, and probably from going back to the 80s or whenever, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s. So I would say around the 1960s actually. But each generation we have evolved since the 1960s. And that was the hippie, that was to do with the hippie movement as well, when a lot of starseeds were born onto the earth plane. But we are here to shift humanity. We are here to wake people up. We are here to be part of this beautiful time on earth for ascension. And it's a beautiful thing. The negative should not be seen as the enemy. The negative agenda should not be seen as the enemy, although on a lower frequency they are the enemy. On a higher frequency they are igniting us into ascension. They are kickstarting our spark, our ignition, our backbone, our determination, our fierceness, we will not back down. And that's also to do with the lion energy as well, the ferocious lion that knows when to hunt and knows when to, in the next moment or next instant, it knows when to hunt, and then it can turn around and feed the cubs. So it's got both of those energies actually. But we are here to raise humanity. We are here to serve. We are here to serve. So we need to do our very best. We need to step up to the plate. And a lot of us are facing issues at the moment. Some in relationships, some in work, some in personal issues. We're all facing stuff at the moment, but we need to, and some of us are also facing our shadow as well. So we need to to look at the stuff that we need to look at, whether it's our shadow or attachments or negative energy or the negative attacks on the astral, whatever it is. We need to face that head on. Stop running from any of those things. Face it. It's time to face the shit show, you know, and we are strong, and we do have courage, and we do have backbone, and we are the light, and the light does win. I see the light winning, but it's always darkest before the dawn, so they say. And I think we're going through a very dark period, and it may even get worse before it gets better, but there is a positive outcome. I really believe there's a positive outcome.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Soma. I wanted to say, when you had mentioned about timelines, Susan did ask, aren't the timelines going to split with New Earth? Ugh, so much to know.
I love that, Susan. Thank you. And I do have, thank you. They have shown me something that I would like to share with you.
Oh, yes, please.
And not everyone would agree with me, which is okay. But what the Pleiadians have shown me is, and I could never get my head around this, how there would be two Earths, because I kept hearing from other people, other spiritual people, that there would be a time on Earth when there would be two Earths. What they showed me a couple of years ago now, when COVID first kicked off, was that there would be, and it was in January, a couple of years ago, in the same year where COVID kicked off in January in the UK, where there was two intense beams of light hitting the Earth. And these were so intense, they would increase and intensify and increase and intensify and increase and intensify until the point where the Earth could no longer withstand the immense amount of energy hitting them in two beams of light. And it would actually cause the Earth to twist and multiply into two Earths. And one would go into a higher frequency, a higher dimension, a higher awareness, a higher consciousness. And the other would stay where it was, or it would drop into an even lower frequency, a lower energy, a lower dimension. And this is it energetically. So that is how we end up with two Earths, or two timelines, you could say. One is on a higher frequency, which I think we're in now, and that will continue to evolve and go into a higher and a higher and a higher and a higher and a higher. And that and the other Earth will stay where it is or drop into an even lower. But also the other thing I want to mention there, is that the ascension on Earth is not limited to Earth. It has far-reaching implications and impacts, and it affects the whole universe. The whole universe is ascending and expanding and growing and learning and developing an experience. The universe is not stagnant energy where the Pleiadians are here and always going to be here. The Pleiadians were us. We are the Pleiadians. It's all, time is not linear. Everything is happening now. And it's all intermingled and interwoven, and there's many different aspects all occurring now. So everything, and so time doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist, and we do get to experience that somewhat in the dream time, where we can dream of the past, present, or future, especially with premonition and deja vu.
Boy, oh boy, I know. And I know deja vu. It's like, it's a fun trip, isn't it? It's like, wait a minute. Yeah, that's a definite. There is no time. I know. And you might have answered this, but I just wanted to welcome in real quick. I saw welcome to Stasia, Jesper, and Martina, and Clubhouse, Nettie, and Morris, and Thierry, and Sarah. Welcome, guys. Stasia asked, do you feel that divide is becoming much more prominent?
Oh, yes. I think it's on an hourly basis at the moment, where the divide between humanity, the divide between those who are awake and aware and conscious and sovereign beings who will not back down, and then you've got the other frequencies who are willingly going to follow, because they cannot. It's like a different, it's like a radio frequency where we're all operating at different levels, all of us, even those who are in the same band sphere. When you really get down to it, even ones with a similar frequency on the same soul group, you know, we are as different as our fingerprints. We are all unique in our energy, you know. So, but the sorry, I lost track there. That happens at times.
I know, and I know what you mean. No problem.
So the divide is becoming very evident on Earth at the moment. The divide is growing and widening, and it's like a radio frequency where we're all operating on different levels, and that is why the awake and the unawake, we're speaking a different language. And the language is a different frequency, and those over here cannot understand what on Earth you are saying about conspiracy theories, about star nations, about the Maximes, about anything, because they are over here and they can't understand you at all. You're speaking a different language, you're speaking a different frequency, and that divide is becoming more and more and more, unless those over here raise their frequency and raise their awareness and their consciousness. And that cannot happen, really. I mean, there's always the exceptions, but that cannot happen in a single lifetime. We have had lifetimes as starseeds where we've grown and learned and developed and experienced through positive and negative situations, where we on many different star systems. So each lifetime we've learned maybe one lesson about love, or about, you know, about life, about energy, about so many different things. Maybe we've only learned one. And many of us have also had lifetimes in Atlantis, and this is also the reversal of Atlantis. And what the Pleiadians have shown me is that this is a reversal of Atlantis, because things went wrong at Atlantis, and now is actually the time of Atlantis raising, where we get to finish what we didn't finish in Atlantis. So it's the Pleiadians call it the reversal of Atlantis. To me they recall it the reversal of Atlantis, because everything that should have or could have happened in Atlantis is happening now. So it's like Atlantis, the reversal of Atlantis is happening now, where we get to ascend, we get to raise our frequency, we get to raise our consciousness. And those that don't, that stay on that negative timeline, at some point they will start to evolve as well, because everyone gets to evolve, including the Pleiades. As we raise as we go through ascension and raise our consciousness and our frequency, so do the Pleiadians. It's the whole galaxy, the whole cosmos, the whole universe is in the ascension. We're not special on Earth. We are engaged in a huge matrix where we are dumbed down, we are manipulated, we are programmed, we are mind controlled, we are mind zapped. There's a lot of negative technology that is used through a lot of the different social medias. And yeah,
I was going to mention that too. I did catch your video. I think it was under on YouTube. Is it Carol Noonan, the Pleiadian child? Is that it? Okay, I want to make sure everybody knows. And also, you can contact Soma ARah at thepleiadianchild.com. But on her YouTube channel, I think it was Carol Noonan, Pleiadian child. And she does have a video that she talks about the Atlantean, basically the demise of, and how they came in and they wiped our memory. And yeah, I thought that was interesting. And so now you can feel it. We're returning back. We're awakening and realizing our own power, that we are the creators. Yeah. And just
Yeah.
us talking about it, it's wonderful. Everybody just keep telling everybody. There's many people that you can that'll listen, because I have no fear. I have no fear of anybody thinking I'm crazy. My whole family knows. We just talk about it. Mike, and let's just put it this way: when I can say to my child, "Hey, they know when they belch, we'll talk about the taboo stuff, or they pass gas." I'm like, well, you just released some energy. Thanks for sharing. I joke around, but they say it to me. Mom, just releasing energy, Mom, from my root chakra.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, they're very aware, so of the centers and stuff. But I see so many questions. I just want to go back into Clubhouse and then back into the feeds. In Clubhouse, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to flash your mic for Soma ARah. Oh, Kennedy, yes, go ahead, honey.
I'm like Julia. I have like 1,000 questions, but I'm just gonna ask the most one I want to ask most. So, you said the new version of humanity, that's what like the starseeds that are here would be giving birth to. What exactly does that look like? Or as much as you could share that.
Well, thanks for your question. What is your name?
Kennedy.
Kennedy. Thank you, Kennedy. So in the early days, that would have looked like indigo children or crystal children or rainbow children. That is a continuation. I would class myself as an indigo, or a mixture of indigo and some of the others. So in the beginning, that would have looked like indigo crystal, rainbow. But it's a continuation. It doesn't stop with crystal, or it's part of the whole crystal, indigo, and rainbow children have continued. So like Lisa was saying just now, and I've no doubt that Lisa's children are an advanced souls who maybe they don't have they have a new term, and I don't know what the new term is, what the new name is for indigo, crystal, or rainbow. But so you've got indigo, crystal, rainbow, and then there's all these other levels which are coming in now. It's an advancement of those souls. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Yes, you are, definitely.
Okay.
They're coming in more aware and more just being of themselves, of who they truly are. And boy, do I notice it. And yeah, especially with both my sons. My one son is a highly autistic. He has autism. And boy, he is a nature boy. I mean, he's a Taurus. He's constantly planting plants out front, which I love. We find them all the time. He'll find them, plant them, and put them right out front of our house. And we've learned so much just from him. And yeah, it's just the new generation. It's definitely happening. I can say with my two children, I can see that. And I wanted to go back in real quick because I saw Jesper. Jesper had a comment. Let me just pop this up. There's so many great questions, guys, and I hope I can get to the please stick around because I see so many of them. Jesper says, hello and thank you for another great broadcast. I'm connecting with Pleiadians right now and having personal calibrations with their frequency at a specific time every day. They want me to channel for them. Please tell me anything you can pick up, please. I literally have Pleiadian DNA, also strong Arcturian traits, but not genetically in this life. Andromedan guides are also stepping in at this time, and I'm aiming reconnecting to past lives and especially the guides from those. I'll leave that up.
Thank you, Lisa. There's something I just wanted to cover from the previous question with Kennedy before I get to Jasper, if that's okay.
Yes, please.
And I'm loving this. I'm loving this interview. I'm loving the questions. So I have as long as you want. But yay! But going to the question from Kennedy. So our bodies are changing. Our minds are changing. Our hair, our skin, our teeth, our DNA. We are turning into illumined beings. We are turning into new humans. And that process probably began with the indigo children. We don't come from here. Our DNA is different. We think differently. We are starseeds. We are here to help with the ascension process, with the evolution of humanity. We are here as game changers. We are here to change the world. And we've come in from different star systems, from different star systems. We are game changers. We are here to change the energy from the draconian and the reptilian to a different frequency, because the negative agenda, their negative energy affects the whole universe. It is not limited to Earth. So we really are we are changing physically. Many of us, especially women at this time, our hair is actually falling out, myself included.
Me too.
And there is regrowth, there is rebirth. It's all about the divine feminine at the moment, which is why. So the divine feminine is raising, the goddess energy is raising, which is connected to Mother Earth. But it's also why many men have taken a back seat. It's to allow the feminine to step up to the plate. So I just wanted to add that to Kennedy's question. And if it's okay with you, Lisa, to bring up
Oh, sure. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, Jesper, he said, my overall goal is to realize who I am in all aspects. I ask the universe to reveal my true nature in order to serve in full capacity. And what would the galactic suggest? But yes, I can pull that previous one up.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. So Jasper says, I'm connecting with Pleiadians right now and having personal calibrations with their frequency, a specific time every day. They want me to channel for them. Okay, so the first thing about channeling is that you need to establish that they are who they say they are. Because because energy can and does disguise itself as energy that it is not. So, and I know this from personal experience, from channeling the Pleiadians. So the first thing is to absolutely make sure that they are who they say they are. That's the first golden rule. And that only comes with experience. So sometimes you will make mistakes, sometimes, but always make sure for yourself that they are who they say they are. And you can do that through how their energy makes you feel. Or you may ask for different signs it could be anything. Okay, so please tell me anything you pick up. Please, I literally have Pleiadian DNA, okay. Also strong Arcturian traits, but not genetically in this life. Andromeda guides are also stepping in at this time. I'm aiming, reconnecting to past lives, and especially the guides from those. I would write, Jasper. I would sit down and write the information out. Channel. There's many people waking up to channeling. Which is what we did in Atlantis. In Atlantis, we had an individual direct contact with star nations and positive ET beings. And that was severed around the time of Atlantis, or the downfall of Atlantis. So we are reconnecting. We are becoming channels, which is who we were, who we are, who we're meant to be. So I would first establish that the connection is a positive one, and then move forward from that. Share the information, share what you're getting. It's not meant to be kept hidden.
Thank you, Jesper. And he did say, excuse me, the energy is truly benevolent as a signature.
Fantastic. So you're a step ahead. You've already established that it's positive energy. So bring it out. Share it as much as you can, even if it's with one person or two people or three people. Share it wherever you can. Stop hiding your light. And this is for everyone. Get out there. Get your voices heard. Stand up. Stand up.
Thank you. Thank you for your question, Jesper. And I just wanted to go back into Clubhouse and reset the room. If you're just joining, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. My name's Lisa Huber with the Divine I Am Broadcast Network, and you're listening to the wonderful Soma ARah, and she's live now on that YouTube link pinned above, and she's talking about star seeds. And let me just check to see if anyone in Clubhouse on the stage, if they have any questions, please feel free to flash your mic. Just want to make sure. Sometimes it takes a little bit to unmute a mic. I've experienced that. Oh, looks like Daniel has raised his hand, and I'm sending you an invite. Welcome, Daniel.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Did you have a question for Soma?
Not right now. I'm still new to this, so I will listen and see what comes up.
Thank you. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. And I just wanted to say, if you wanted to check out Soma, again, she's on that link pinned above on the YouTube link, and you can also connect with her through the Pleiadianchild.com website. And we have so many people I'm noticing joining in as well. Sarah asked, or actually said, Sarah says, this is also fascinating to me. My awakening started on Good Friday. Oh, wow. And sure, the symptoms suck at times, but I feel pretty good for the most part. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. And let me just check here. I know I saw someone else. Kelly. Kelly says, thank you for this. Makes me feel not so alone here. I'm aware of my Syrian, Arcturian, Andromedan aspects, and my life self as Andromedan is a close guide here and now. Oh, wow, Kelly.
So many of us have felt so alone for so long. And when COVID kicked off, we started to reconnect. We started to unite. We started to come together. Many of us in interviews, many of us doing YouTube channels, like Lisa has done as well. And we're coming out of the spiritual closet. Enough is enough. The time is now to stand up and speak our truth. We know we're not from here.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and that could be in any form, guys. I can tell you, energy healer. You could be a comedian. You could be the person that's giving a smile walking past you. I mean, it's your energy, your being. So yeah, it's very important that you take care of your own energy and realize that just you being you is bringing light to someone else and helping them. And we do, like you said, we have our shadow sides we have to work through. If we don't work through them, they can keep us in a what do you call excuse me, a pattern that just repeats and repeats. Boy, do I know.
Yeah, me too, Lisa.
And
round and round.
Yeah, and it's like, when you gonna learn? I just saw, let me just check. I think somebody unmuted their mic. Was that Daniel? Did you have a question?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, please.
So I hear two voices speaking from your account. I'm confused.
Oh, well, that's me, Lisa. I'm with the Divine I Am Broadcast Network, and I have Soma ARah. She's joining in through my software system. But if you look, and there's a link pinned above on YouTube, you can actually see Soma ARah live right now.
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, not a problem. I know it's a little confusing. That's why I like to always reset the room, guys. So, wait, this lady's talking. It sounds like she's somebody else and somebody else the next minute. But yeah, we bring guests on and they come through my software system. And I always like to pin the link up above so that you can watch them live, guys. So I'm glad you asked that, Daniel. Thank you. And welcome into Albert and Ransom. I'll send you guys invites, no pressure, but I just wanted to welcome you into the room. And I saw that let me just see here. I just saw another question. Preslov says in Facebook, hello, I just realized that I have Pleiadian guides. I don't know how to channel. Is there any chance I receive a message from them if they want to tell me something?
I would start with meditation, because
Mhm.
meditation is really the key to opening the door to access, to connect to different energies, to still your mind, to become more aware of yourself, to become more aware of energy, to become more aware of your own abilities. So it all starts with meditation. Meditation is really the key to development.
And that can be in any form, right? I mean, a lot of times people picture you're sitting there and you could be washing dishes and meditating. I wouldn't recommend driving a car or anything like that, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
A question, please.
oh, sure. Go ahead, Daniel. Hmm.
Who is Soma ARah?
Did you want
That
to?
was my question as well. That was really fascinating for me.
Yes, yes, guys. We have her actually. If you want to look on that pin link on the YouTube, you can see her right now. But Soma ARah, she just waved at you guys. Let me just take this off. She is. What would you like to explain? Because I know I'm going to be looking at that Pleiadian child book that you wrote and what's really going on. I need to look that up. But I'll let you tell them. Go ahead.
thanks, Lisa. So I am a Pleiadian hybrid. I'm a UFO contactee, abductee, and experiencer. I'm not from here. I have a mixture of different starseed DNA, starseed connection, starseed past life, but I mostly resonate in this lifetime, at this moment in time, with the Pleiadians. I have other, I also have Lyran or Lyrian DNA, but I'm a Pleiadian hybrid. I also work as a psychic, a medium, Reiki master, healer, shamanic practitioner, spiritual teacher. I'm also the author of 2 books, The Pleiadian Child and What's Really Going On. So I hope that answers your questions about who I am. I'm not from here.
Yeah,
And
so we are
none of us as
probably
Starseeds are.
soul connected because I had an UFO experience too. I had multiple NDAs, multiple spiritual awakenings,
Oh,
multiple
wow.
past life memories. So I wrote books, created videos. I
Mhm.
work with Freemasons. I work with Illuminati. I work with the real nation, the ancient real nation, who actually built UFOs. I mean, those are my ancestors, just my ancestors. And then I went way back to Egypt. So I have a lot of past life memory about Egypt, ancient technology, Nikola Tesla, and Carl Jung. And I'm a life coach too. I work shamanic too. I work on higher consciousness levels. And yeah, it's very interesting. Nice to meet you, Soma ARah.
Lovely to meet you too. And would you like to share your name?
My name is Daniel.
But I will tell you, he has Lion, and I love it. Lion's Dane as his name on Clubhouse, and I love that Lion's Dane. And Daniel Divine Portals is Divine Portals a group that you have on Clubhouse, Daniel?
Divine Portals is a big community about higher consciousness and learning and co-creation.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Well, I'm so glad you joined. Oh, go ahead, Soma. Mhm.
I just wanted
Yeah,
to
the
pick up
universe put me here.
a couple of
Yes,
things.
Funny story. Synchronicity, actually.
I love it.
So you were saying that you are part of the Illuminati. I find that very interesting.
I work with all those secret societies actually to change the world, yes.
And would you consider the Illuminati a positive thing?
Let's define illumination and Illuminati. What does the word actually mean? It means the illuminated ones are the ones who know, right? So when we reach certain levels of consciousness, we all become Illuminati in some way.
Okay, so I just want to clarify something, because most people, when you talk to them about the Illuminati is known as being a negative agenda. So I just want to clarify that.
Is that wide popular opinion that I'm just curious. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
But I would really like to connect in with you, Daniel, and maybe on a one-to-one, after
Yes.
the interview, and maybe suss out your energy a little bit. And
I'm sorry, you break up a lot of times. So, it's my connection actually. Sorry.
Soma said she'd love to connect with you for a one-on-one. And you're not on Clubhouse, are you, Soma? I was trying to find you. Are you on Clubhouse? What would be the best way, I guess? Well, I know you. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Lisa, that I am on. I have just started the Cosmic Starseed Academy, which is on a Facebook group. But I'm going to give birth to it in new directions and new ways. But at the moment, it's a Facebook group called Cosmic Starseed Academy, and it's for starseeds. It's just to share information, to share knowledge, to share wisdom, to share your mission. So it's for people sharing interviews, sharing knowledge, sharing writings, art, whatever it is as a starseed you want to share. Come and join the Cosmic Starseed Academy on Facebook groups.
And I hope you two will connect definitely for one-on-one. It sounds like you have more to talk about. Thank you, Daniel. And I just wanted to welcome in, I have to break out my magnifying glass. Welcome, Jim. I'll send you an invite. I love your kitty cat. Black and white kitty cat. And welcome, Sion. Welcome. Let me just go back into the feeds. I saw Ira join. Welcome, honey. Thank you so much for joining us. If any of this resonates, guys, please share this out on whatever platform you're on. The more the merrier. I'm game for a little more time if you are. I loved when you said it, because I'm like, I'm so excited. This is wonderful. So
it's really great, Lisa.
Yeah, if you have any questions, if you're on Facebook. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody just said something in Clubhouse. Hello? Is it Morris?
Yes. Hi. Yes. Hello.
Hi,
And
Morris.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I resonate with everything that's being talked about here, and it must be that we're vibing at the same levels, which is amazing. I do have a question, because I've heard a lot the words being thrown around as Pleiadians or different sources of where everyone is. I don't have that connection to any of them, meaning knowingly, consciously, to any particular place. And I wonder if that is in any way holding me back. Is this something or somewhat important, or can any of you guys maybe shed some light to where a person, or how do we find out that information? Thank you.
What is your name?
Morris.
Morris.
Okay, thanks, Morris. So the first thing is really to start listening to ourselves. Stop listening to anything outside of ourselves, whether it's a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher or a politician or a military or police. Step into yourself, become centered. So enough to find your own answers to your own questions. You know yourself much better than anyone else. You know your own body, your own mind, your own soul, your own energy better than anyone else. So the first thing I always say to people is get to know yourself more, become centered. Start with meditation is the key really to accessing your own intuition, your own awareness. Stop looking outside for help or advice or a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher or a politician or the next guru. Stop putting people on pedestals. You are your own divine sovereign being, and you know the best answers. You may not yet, because you may not be in that space yet, but once you're in that space where you go to yourself for your answers, you know the best answer for your, it will come to you. It will come to you. And maybe you don't need to be awake. That's the wrong words to use, but maybe you don't need to be aware that you're a starseed. You just are a starseed, because there's so many of us on Earth as starseeds at the moment. But let your intuition guide you. Let your awareness guide you. It sounds like you are very guided and very led anyway. So come out, get out of your head. And this is for everyone. Get out of your head, get into your heart and feel energy. Feel how what people are saying to you. Feel it. Stop thinking about it. We are going from the 3D old mind energy. We are going into a heart energy, which is a higher frequency, a higher consciousness, a higher awareness, which is also linked to Christ consciousness. It's in you. We are all Christ consciousness, and we are learning to step into a new dawn and a new energy and a new frequency and a new human, a new awareness that is love and light frequency. It's all connected. All aspects that are happening on Earth at the moment are all connected. I see you, Morris.
Great. Thank you so much.
I see, Morris, I see you doing well in business and career. I see you going forward in and doing well in business and career, whether you're working for yourself or someone else. I kind of feel that energy with you.
Yes, and the energy is real, and that is actually what's happening. And I'm actually a light worker. I just didn't know the origin. Again, Starseed, Pleiadians, and all these titles and things. I mean, we're all and nothing all at the same time. And everything that is a thing comes from nothing also. So it's just interesting sometimes, how people get to that clarity, to their source. I mean, we're all actually from God's source, and this is where all of our souls originated from. It's just interesting to know the lineage and whatnot. But I'm with you in everything that you're saying, in raising the consciousness and upgrading, and only be with the people that resonate, and the rest will either just come, and if not, they'll just be, show up the way they need to show up.
I'm glad you said that. Morris, because that's one of the things. This is how I personally, my own personal journey is. I try to surround myself with the people I enjoy to be with, to do the things that I enjoy. Joy is a big thing for me, because I know when I'm no longer feeling it, then it's time to move to something else and to be truthful with myself, Oh, we're going to say something, Soma?
No, not at all, Lisa. No. I resonate with everything you've just said.
I did want to say, I think it was, Ira, welcome, honey. She did say, I'm happy to meet Soma ARah. I understand, Daniel, societies and organizations aren't bad. It's the use of the agenda, like the architect Judas. Everything has purpose through love. Yes. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ira.
Thank you, Ira.
And I also noticed Stasia, she had said, and it's true, because we are all reacting differently with how we are processing energy that's coming at us. Because Stasia is saying, I'm finding it hard to be around a lot of people right now. And then I noticed that Ira said, at Stasia, I am feeling called to be around as many people as I can be, but we're all entering different phases. And I'm just going to pop this back up. Stasia, and these are good points. Stasia says, I was holding space for too many energies, and now I feel like these energies are being shaken away. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point that Stacey and Iris made, is that we are clearing collectively, we are clearing a lot of shit, but individually we are all at different levels and facing different aspects, facing our shadows, facing different aspects, facing sometimes attachment or negative energies or attachments, that we're clearing what we need to clear on an individual level in order to help the collective, because we are the individual and we are the collective. But on an individual level, we are on an individual level, we are clearing different aspects within ourselves on a soul level, where that will help the collective to move forward. It's like fingers on a hand. We're all individuals and we're all working. We all have different fingerprints, and we're homing in on the stuff, on the very infinite or the fine details of what we need to work on a individual soul level that needs to be cleared. And like I think it was Stacey, I haven't wanted to be around people the last couple of days myself, because I've had a lot going on. I'm we all have stuff going on at the moment. We're all being hammered. We're all having to face stuff.
Yes. And I know one thing we always discuss is self-care, and being a big old empath, I know I have to get in the bubble bath with the Epsom salt, be out in nature, walk barefoot as much as I can. And my animals, they're not my animals, they're sentient beings, but I mean, they are such beautiful. I'm fortunate enough to have them in my life, healers themselves. So I wanted to say welcome into Vanessa and Nancy in Clubhouse. If you're just joining us, my name's Lisa with Divine I Am Broadcast Network, and you're listening to Soma ARah. She's coming through my software, but you can click that link up above, the YouTube link, and see her. And also, if anything she's saying today resonates, highly recommend checking out with her for a one-on-one on the Pleiadianchild.com website. And also she has a Facebook group called Cosmic Starseed Academy. And let me just check in Clubhouse. Does anyone have a question for Soma ARah? If you'd like to flash your mic to let me know. If you have a question for Soma ARah, giving you a little moment there because I know the mic gets stuck sometimes. Not seeing anything at the moment, but let me just check. Sometimes we have messages. Okay.
I also do readings as well, especially for starseeds, if anyone would like a reading.
Are you sure? Do you have okay, because let me just check. If anybody would like a reading for starseeds, please let us know. Just say you'd like a reading. Pop that into the comments, and let me just check in Clubhouse. I'm going to do a pull to refresh. Let me get back in here. Pull to refresh. Okay. Flash your mic if you would like a reading in Clubhouse. Julia. Okay, I saw you first. Julia, you're up. Did you have a question or?
Hi, yes. No, just would like to get messages. I've been going through hard times recently. So just messages here from my guides, and I'm coming out of it. So that's good news.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And what was your name?
Julia.
It's
Julia. Okay. I would say that what I'm seeing, Julia, is that there's a lot of, you're going through a lot of stuff. You're clearing a lot of energy. I feel energy in your stomach that is being cleared or has been cleared or will be cleared. And it will happen in stages. I also feel that your throat chakra has got a lot stronger, and I feel that that will continue. I do see you doing some type of public speaking and reaching out and connecting with many people, and that will progress and you will be well rewarded for it.
Thank you.
Is that okay?
I don't know if you heard of Julie.
Oh yes, yes, that is more than okay. I'm crying of happiness. I have tears of happiness. Thank
Oh,
you.
that's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for being with us, Julia. Oh, go ahead. So I'm sorry.
I can listen more if there's more. Yeah.
There's more. There's always more. They never shut me up.
Oh, they're my bodies. I can never shut up myself. Sorry.
So you've got lion energy working with you. You've got a past life in Egypt. You've got a past life in Peru. You work shamanically, both in this lifetime and past lifetimes, where you've been very shamanic in Native America. I see a Native American spirit guide working with you. I see lion energy. I see Egypt. I see you walking in past life in Egypt on the land. You are a healer. You clear energy from people and spaces and places. You work with star nations. You've got Pleiadian energy there as well, and Arcturian energy. You've got different star nation energy going on. I do see a young child around you, and I'm not sure if they are with you physically or how they're connected with you, but I do see a young child with you. There's a connection to France in a past life that needs a little work on. It needs to be tweaked a little bit, and a little bit of energy there needs to be cleared. You need to walk forward. You need to raise your head up high. You need to smile. You need to laugh. You need joy. You need sun energy. You're very connected to sun energy. You thrive in warm climates. You've also past life in some of the colder climates. You've got a connection to Antarctica. You've got a connection to Atlantis. You've got a connection to goddess energy in Atlantis in a past life. You've connected. I'm seeing an image of like an Inuit or a very cold climate with a lot of snow, with a man. So there's a connection there.
I hate snow. Excuse my language. I oh my God, I am freezing all the time.
Yeah. Well, that would make sense. Yeah.
Oh, well, wow, she's been everywhere then. It's amazing. It's amazing. And that you see all that. Thank you, Julia. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Soma. Thank you. It's been revealing. I'm a traveler. Yoo-hoo.
I love it. I love it. I just wanted to say, guys, and I see you're popping in your comments. Thank you so much. Just as a reminder, if you could, we would greatly appreciate it. If you could please hit that subscribe button, notification bell, hit like, whatever platform you're on. Please share this out because we're trying to get to as many people as we can. We bring these shows every week, and with beautiful energy practitioners such as Soma ARah that spend an hour or actually more, as you're doing today, of their free time. So please do hit subscribe and come back and check with Soma ARah one-on-one, guys, on her Cosmic Starseed Academy Facebook group or the Pleiadianchild.com. And I wanted to go into the feeds, and I see Stasia says there's actually quite a few. So if you guys, if we could just go to one question, I want to make sure. Yeah, she said, I would love a message if you feel drawn. Oh,
thank you, Stacy. I would watch your dreams. Watch your dreams. Because I feel that you are being I feel that you are connecting with star nations, especially in dreams. And I would be surprised if you haven't been. I would be surprised if you haven't been on board ship yet. So watch your dreams and the astral plane, because that is a very real space to be in. You know, our dreams are often much more real than our reality. So watch your dreams and the energy, and watch what's happening in your dreams and the messages you get in your dreams. I feel that you're very awake, aware, conscious, and very psychic and very intuitive, and also have healing ability as well. coming through your hands. And what's your diet? You could be allergic to or sensitive to some foods like dairy or wheat or cheese or milk or yogurt. Most of the white foods like the pasta and the potatoes and milk.
Wow. And I know, Stacia, you are so spot on. She's a beautiful energy healer. Yeah, amazing. Thank you, Stacia. And let me just go back in the clubhouse real quick and say, if you could please, I think I saw Vanessa flash her mic. Yeah, I thought I saw you flash your mic right after Julian. I wanted to just check in with you. Did you have a question?
Oh, hello, my darling. Hello, Lisa.
Hi, sweetheart.
And everybody. I've been trying to use the chat, but it literally, it's like it doesn't go through. I don't know why.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's okay. I'm so grateful, actually, that I'm up here on stage. Thank you so much, Lisa and Soma ARah. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I'm not very good with names. So yeah, my question is, well, it's not a question. I would please love a star reading, please. I'm a little bit confused at the moment. I have a couple of experiences and I'm like, I don't know what is what, if that makes sense. So I'm a bit all over the place. So anything, I'll really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. What is your name?
Oh, Vanessa.
Vanessa, okay. So I feel that you've been probably overdoing things, got a lot on your plate, feeling a bit overwhelmed, not knowing which direction to go in, and being pulled in lots of different directions. I feel that your work is very busy. I feel that you have a very busy life and a lot on your plate at the moment and juggling too many things. So it would be good if you could try and eliminate a few things. And if you can't, make sure you take time for yourself. Walk in nature. Go and have the bubble bath with a nice glass of wine. Take the phone off the hook. Take the bell, turn the doorbell off. Take the phone off. Take the TV off. Take the radio off. Switch off. Find time to switch off and just spend time with yourself. No phone, no internet, no radio, no TV, none of it. Take turn the doorbell off. Spend time with yourself. Get clarity, get clear. Find which direction you want to go in. I feel you're at a crossroads where there's two or more possible paths. And you're moving in a different direction than you thought you would ever go. If someone were to ask you 10 years ago, you would never have thought you'd be where you are now. Well, the same is to be said for 10 years. You're going in a very different direction to where you thought you would be 10 or 20 years ago, or even 5 years ago. And there's been people you've had to let go of, which has probably been very painful for you. But it was in your best interest to walk away. There's new beginnings coming for you. The tide is turning. There's new beginnings. There's a change in direction for you, a change in energy, and opening up of new possibilities, of new connections, of new energy, of a lighter energy, both in you and in those around you and surrounding you. And new people you're meeting are of a higher frequency, a higher energy. They feel lighter to me. They feel more loving. They feel more welcoming. It's like you're going from, or have gone from, the dark to the light, where your environment has changed. The people around you have changed. Their energy has changed. Not so much changed, but you've let go of the old relationships and you've gone into the new relationships. So I hope that helps, Vanessa. But spending in time in nature is very important, with your feet barefoot on the earth at least 20 minutes a day.
Oh my God, thank you so much. That totally resonates. Yeah, I'm just heading in a totally different direction, and I think my issue has been coming from the known to the unknown. I think that's what I've been struggling with. Like, I had a plan, but it seems to be not falling apart, but something is changing, and I was not sure if I should be going with the change.
Go with it.
And I found that oh, thank you. And I found that in the last 2 weeks, suddenly I just love like taking walks in nature, which I've never done before.
Oh,
You know, so yeah, I'm like drawn to trees. I'm speaking to trees now,
Oh, I
which
love it.
sounds insane.
I love it.
It sounds
That's
like
awesome.
it really is crazy. I'm beginning to name the trees. Like there's suddenly a connection,
I do that
and I
too.
feel, and I'm beginning to think. You see, I was not sure. Am I going crazy? Am I imagining things? It's like, and it's quick. It's like
Mhm.
I'm not having space to breathe. Like it's just coming. So yeah, I really do appreciate that.
that is so beautiful, Vanessa, and it is amazing to connect with trees. And for people listening and yourselves, if you can, trees are alive, and they have so much knowledge and wisdom and information to share with us. So if yourself and people listening, for the audience, if you can stand and put your arms around a tree and hug a tree, connect your heart center to the tree, bow your head, connect your forehead to the tree, because that will connect you on a psychic level. It will also, you're also humbling yourself to the tree, which some people would have, some people wearing suits would have a problem with, which is also important. So it's important to humble yourself to the tree, hug the tree, connect your forehead, your third eye, connect your heart chakra, and ask the tree to give you information and make it a meditation. The tree will start talking to you. Obviously, it doesn't have a voice, so it's not going to start talking to you physically. But make it a meditation, connect with the tree. The trees, we can get, I've done this myself where I've spoken to trees and I've been given so much information from the trees. Actually, the name Soma, I was given the name Soma by a tree when COVID first kicked off. So trees, stones, plants, even and animals as well, of course, but Mother Earth is alive. She's alive, and so is everything on her. The natural world is a living, breathing thing. So it's wonderful to connect in with trees and plants and stones and crystals. It's all it's a living, breathing. Mother Earth,
Yep.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And could I just share something really small? Actually,
Yes, please.
When you mentioned about new beginnings, I think this is a proper synchronicity, because last night I had a very vivid dream. In this dream, I had like a string, a really thin black string wrapped around both my hands, and I was really pulling at the string, trying to break it in the middle. And I kept having to rewrap, like tighten it on both wrists so I could break it. And suddenly, which has never ever happened to me, like this angel, I mean, I could feel them. I knew it was an angel, couldn't see them, but I just blotted out the name Archangel Gabriel, and the string was literally just broken, just like he he broke it in the middle. And this morning I was looking at Angel Gabriel, and he's actually an angel of new beginnings. So I just wanted to share that. That's a
Beautiful.
confirmation for me. I appreciate that.
That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
There's something I would like to add to that, Vanessa. What I was seeing when you were talking is a past life where you were a slave energy, where you were tied. And I did see you as African. So a lot of us, you know, as starseeds, we've gone from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime where we've been Native American, we've been African, we've been Maori, we've been Aborigine, we've gone from spiritual people, ancient tribes, sacred people, from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, where the negative has actually on a higher, not a higher level, but in like a different dimension, where they've been working to enslave us from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. So we've all had many lifetimes where we've been slaves, where we've been burned as witches, where we've been hung, drawn and quartered, where we've been drowned, where we've been shot, where we've been burned, where you know, that is why spiritual people have been targeted again and again and again and again. And whether it's the Maori or the Aborigine or the black man or the African man, or excuse my terminology, or the you know, so many people throughout history, the Africans, the Indians, the Native Americans, the Irish, the Celtic, the Welsh, the Scottish, they've all been targeted, including the Gypsies, which many people see as different, but it's all the same thing. It's the negative agenda targeting groups of people in history that we were. So, yeah, rant over.
That's beautiful, though. So a new beginning, and I love Archangel Gabriel. That's how I channel. When I channel, I'm working with him. That is my favorite form to connect, and so that's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Vanessa, for sharing that. And I just want to say thank you for when you guys leave confirmation of after you receive a reading, because Stacia said yes, definitely connecting. And I've been told, because you had mentioned about her going into her dreams, that she's connecting, and she's been told she's a contactee, and that she has been having issues with food allergies. Wow, she said. That's awesome.
It's beautiful, the information sometimes that I get, because it's just purely being able to open up and channel that information. I'm only as good as the messages I get.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't even come from me. That I heard that from someone else. You know, I'm only as good as the messages I get.
And let me just say, if you're joining into Clubhouse, guys, my name's Lisa Huber with the Divine I Am Broadcast Network. You can click on that link above. Feel free to subscribe if any of this resonates. We do have a lot of energy practitioners that come on, wonderful energy practitioners such as Soma ARah, who you are listening to right now and can view on that link. And please feel free to connect with her for one-on-one if you'd like. I actually have till 5, and I wanted to ask, we had a couple more people that asked for readings, and I'm going between, just so everybody knows, we're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch, Clubhouse, and so I'm trying to moderate on who's asking. So I appreciate your patience, guys. Let me just go back in the feeds, and I know Maria said she would love a reading. And hi, Maria. She just said she would love a reading, but I don't. And then she did say she's going through a lot of major changes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel you, Maria, and we all are, you know, and the public speakers are no exception. The healers are no exception. The channelers are no exception. We're all going through it. No one is getting left out or excluded from anything. And I feel that you are going through stuff. I feel that your family's energy around you, and I feel that you're being affected by your family's energy and those around you, and it feels like you need to step back from their energy a little bit and do what you want to do. Find out what it is that you want for yourself, for your body, for your food, for your nourishment, for your soul's growth. What is it that's good for you? Not your mum, not your dad, not your brother, not your sister, not your husband, not your lover, not your wife, not your husband, not anybody, but what is good for you? What is good for Maria right now? And maybe it's not what Jack is doing, or Jane is doing, or Mary is doing, or Michael is doing. What is good for Maria right now? Get in touch with yourself and find out what it is that you want, what direction you want to go. It doesn't matter what other people think of you. What matters is what you think of you. So I hope that helps, Maria. And there's movement coming up for you. There's a house move or career move, or there's some type of movement coming up for you. Yeah, movement.
That sounds nice. She said, yes, I tend to do for others before me. Maria, I could feel it. And when you were saying that, that is a big thing. And then we're depleted by the end. And we have to take that time to go in and give ourselves that self-care. Boy, do I know that feeling.
Yeah. And we are trained and conditioned in society to put others first. And we should never do that. We should always put ourselves first. And that's not a selfish thing to do.
It's not.
Yes, we need to take care of others, but we need to take care of ourselves first. Because if we don't take care of ourselves first and we put others first, we will be depleted to the point where we can't help others. And that's not a selfish thing to do, but we are mind fucked. We are mind trained, excuse my language. We are mind trained to put others first. And we shouldn't. We should always put our on the plane, you always put your mask on first. I'm not talking about the blue cloth mask. I'm talking about the air, the oxygen. We always put the oxygen mask on first, and then we can help others, because otherwise we can't breathe.
And the other thing I just wanted to say, if I could, is to be sure to call back your energy. Call your energy back to you. I do this every day. Just because if you're sending it out and giving it to other people, which is wonderful, just discern what isn't yours anymore. Maybe do it a couple of times throughout the day and just send that back to them. Send it back to them with love and light. But yes, call back your energy. Give yourself self-love. That's very important. I know you're thinking something. Go ahead and say it, Soma.
I was just going to say about depression. It's a very common, it's a very easy thing to example with depression when people talk about waves of depression coming at them. And I had depression for a long time, about at least 10 years. And I would get these waves of depression coming at me. And it wasn't my energy. And that is, people talk about waves of depression coming at them. And that's a prime example when the energy isn't yours, because it's a wave of energy coming at you. If it was your energy, it would be coming from here out. It's waves of depression is when energy is coming at you, either from an unconscious or conscious psychic attack from another person, or a spirit energy, or whatever, wherever it's coming from in the universe. If you've got waves of depression, it is not your energy, because if it was, it would be coming from in here out.
Thank you. And thank you, Maria, for asking. And I just wanted to say welcome in to Monica. And also I saw, and I hope is it Sheikh Handan? Welcome. If you are just joining, my name is Lisa Huber with the Divine I Am Broadcast Network, and you're listening to Soma ARah. She's actually coming through our software that we use for our network. So you don't see her in Clubhouse, but if you click that link above on YouTube, you will see her live. And if anything that she said tonight resonates, highly recommend connecting with her. Her information is there underneath the video. But I wanted to go back into Clubhouse and ask if anyone, I see you, Albert, and because I thought I saw you flashing earlier. Albert, would you like a reading?
Yeah, and also that Soma ARah is really interesting because she said that, where did she get that name?
Did you hear? Oh, you're breaking up a little bit, Albert. But I heard what you said. You wanted to know where she got her name from. I think she's just connecting them right now. Okay.
The name. Hi, Albert. So the name Soma was given by a tree, and my guides gave me the name Arah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, well, in the root word for R means
oh, I think that is so good.
And Soma, yeah, and Soma, I do like a genetic line. I connect with the bones, and Soma is a drink that they're.
I can't hear you,
Albert, can you hear me? Yeah, it's like you're in the Matrix. We can barely. It's like very robotic, honey. I think he's stuck in the Matrix. I'm sorry, we could barely. It was very broken up. But I know the last thing you had asked was how she got her name, and that was the last clearest. I don't know if if you want to.
How about now? Does it sound
better? A little better? Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just get a Starseed reading, and I'll get a hold of her on the side?
Okay. I think you said you'll connect with her for a one-on-one.
Yeah, and if I could get a Starseed reading, please.
Oh, okay. He would like a Starseed reading now. Okay, got you. Okay. And this is Albert.
Okay. And so do you have any questions, Albert? Because I need to hear your voice as well.
No, I just I would like to hear what you might think or what you feel is happening with me. But there's a lot of synchronicities, like the trees that you speak of. I live in Lake Arrowhead, and while you guys are speaking, I'm actually looking at cedar and pine all over. And the mass thing, my dad would always say that, so you do have to take care of yourself first before anyone else. So just like a lot of synchronicities, and I would just like to get a hold of Soma. She's really fascinating.
I feel that your energy is very unique. I feel that your energy is very strong. I feel you've got a very physical energy where when you have very strong emotion, your energy will sometimes blow light bulbs or sockets. You've that type of energy, and that can often, those emotions can often happen when you're very angry or in a very heightened state of whatever emotion. It's normally anger. I feel that you have a very strong connection to star nations. I'm not sure which one, probably Pleiadian and others. I also feel that you've had, like a lot of us have had the past life in Egypt. I'm also getting a past life in Rome with you. I feel that you've a very strong energy, a very strong voice. I feel that you can be very stubborn sometimes. I feel that you are very awake, very aware, very conscious. I see ships around you. I see that you have either had a UFO experience or will have one in the future. I see the ships around you. I see you looking at the night sky. I see you driving, looking at the night sky. I see movement in the sky where a ship moves in front of you and you see it. I'm looking at through your eyes, and you're in a car. This has either happened or will happen. You're very connected to star nations. I'm not sure which one. It feels like it could be Pleiadian, but I'm not 100% sure, and it may be others as well. I see you doing some type of public speaking or talking or in front of a microphone or doing shows or interviews, or there's a very strong UFO connection there. So I see that. I see that. So I hope that's okay for you, Albert. And it would be great to connect in with you as well. Actually, everyone that's asked questions tonight that I've connected to their energies, it would be really great to connect in with you. And it would also be great to do a part 2 and have people come back and
Yes. I'm glad you said that, because guys, I know you've been on since we're going on it'll be 2 hours and 10 minutes. Please, whatever platform you're on, hit subscribe, notification bell, and we will be doing a part 2 for sure, because there are so many people that just joined. Because I just noticed Chloe, welcome Chloe, and Linda and Monica's on stage with us. So definitely, we will definitely be doing a part 2. We have 10 more minutes, and I just wanted to ask, we could do another reading, but would you want to do like a general message from the Pleiadians as well, or it's whatever,
Gather, unite, share, grow, learn, stand in healing circles, surround yourself in love, in light, stand in healing circles, holding hands, unite with each other, unite with people, with your tribe, unite with your tribe, with people who get you. Leave behind the old energies where you don't fit in, where you don't belong. Connect in where you fit in. Go belong with your tribe. Connect with your tribe. Come from the heart. Stand in your truth. Hug the trees. Become a hippie. Become a tree hugger. Become everything they don't want you to be. Stand up. Use your voice. Use your power. Use your energy. Use your healing. Use your psychic awareness. Use your mediumship ability. Use your telepathic
I know what you mean.
energies that are increasing. That telepathy is increasing at a rapid pace. We are on Ascension, which is happening at a fast lightning speed of Ascension. Our awareness, our abilities, our psychic awareness is not woo-woo stuff. Psychic awareness comes down to chemicals in the brain, where DMT is released in the brain, and mostly through trauma. And so, just come together, unite, do as much, step up to the plate, do more interviews, do more healing, do more readings, do more everything of what you're meant to be doing. Step up. There's no time to wait. Step up onto the plate, onto the train. Do more of everything. Don't burn yourselves out. Do what you can do, but step up.
And most importantly, I would add that you enjoy, right? Because coming from the heart, that you enjoy, because that's just so infectious, guys. Something you love doing, and then you're just vibrating so high. Other people are coming to you too, and then you eventually you'll find, and I have found my soul family, my soul group, and I'm enjoying it personally myself as I've met Soma ARah. And I also wanted to say, you had mentioned about people falling off, and I did notice, I think Susan had written, I'm trying to find that message, Susan, but basically it does get hard at times, guys, and you may find yourself in those situations where relationships fall away with friends and family. And I didn't know if you had anything you wanted to say on that, Soma, but that is very often the case. So don't feel it's just, when you're on this journey. That's just part of, I was just looking for her message, but yeah, I've noticed that myself. Not to kick back on any type of negative, but often that is just, we're all learning from our own perspective, our own consciousness, our own levels. And this just happens people fall away. And I think my friend Jill is hit on the feed. There's a time and a season, for people. Go ahead. I know you want
There's
to say something.
yeah, I'd like to add to that, Lisa. There's nothing more painful
Mm-hmm.
than losing a relationship,
Yeah.
whether the person has died physically or whether there is an ending. Both are hurt equally as much.
Yeah.
Whether the person leaves us physically or leaves us, whether they go to spirit or not, there's nothing worse than a broken heart. And there's
I found
there
her
are,
message.
there
I'm
are
sorry.
things. Sorry, Lisa. There are things you can do to lessen the pain,
Mm-hmm.
but that is a journey that we have to take.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Time is a healer. Time is really a healer, and
Yeah, for those of you that might not be able to see, Susan had said hardest is dealing with friends and family who are religiously indoctrinated and want to argue. So that's why I wanted to bring her comment up, because when you said, you may find people fall away, and that's okay. Everyone's here. We're all here. We're learning from each other. We're all each other's teachers. We're all each other's students. I am you. You are me. Yeah.
Yeah. And the longer we spend arguing with family who are
Mm-hmm.
asleep, the longer we spend with family who are asleep, and we hold ourselves back.
Right.
I've no time to be
Nope.
arguing about any of the bullshit that's going on today, whether it be masks or vaccines or monkeypox or whatever bullshit we're thrown at. I'm sorry, I get ignited, and so
Mm-hmm.
my language gets, a bit
We're so
ignited
alike.
as well. But I've no time I've no time for the bullshit, and no time for the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for my mission and my purpose, and some days I fall flat on my ass, and I'm not, I spend the day in bed because I can't handle the energy. And then other days I'm full force and full throttle ahead. But it's those days when I'm in bed and not able to be around people or anything that gives me the rest and the relaxation and the aloneness in order to propel me forward the next day, to step into my power, to be ignited and to have that spark flame and to help others. We need balance. We need to be out there in the world with our voices and our abilities, whatever we're doing. And we need time for ourselves in the bath, with the bubble bath, with the vodka or the wine or the champagne or the cup of tea or coffee. We need time to relax. We need balance.
It's funny. My kids always see me outside. Just quick story. I had breast cancer. I'm totally, I'm fine now, but I'm minus a boob. So I don't wear a bra. So I'm out there like a major hippie, braless, with no shoes, over by my tree, talking to my trees. So yeah. Hippie over here. So whatever you do that brings you peace. In fact, I'm glad we're talking about this. I have a section on the Divine and Broadcast Network channel called Sanctuaries. And I've asked if you feel comfortable, because we can always all go within and find peace within, going within. But sometimes you can find sanctuaries, local sanctuaries, that you find peace at. And if you feel comfortable enough and you'd like to share that with us, you can send that to us and we'll share it. And it helps others. They can see sanctuaries they've never seen. I had someone in Minnesota say, "Oh, we don't see anything like that around here." So I thought, "Oh, I'm going to ask if anyone feels like they'd like to share a physical sanctuary where they go to find peace. Please feel free to send that at it's on our website, thedivineim@gmail.com, and we will put that on there and share that, guys. It's like a 3-minute video. Just keep it PG. That's all. I just wanted to say that. We had a Clydesdale horse run up to us, and it was just so amazing. And that was one of the things I wanted to share. the sanctuary for us. One of them is down the street. They rescue animals that just, I guess, for whatever reason, but they rescue animals. And they also have the state police, Clydesdale there, and other horses, swans, geese, all kinds of babies. It's just so beautiful down there. So I shared that the other day. Anyway, I just want to share that. Visuals. I'm a visual. I just want to share.
Thanks, Lisa.
And please, again, if you just joined us, we've been on here for 2 hours, but we are going to have a part 2, and I will label it part 2. It'll say Soma ARah, Cosmic Starseed Academy part 2. But be sure to hit the notification bell or subscribe on whatever platform you're on, because hopefully we'll be getting together again soon. And yeah, thank you so much. Did you have any last parting words you wanted to say, Soma, before I hate to cut off because I'm enjoying this so much. I know we all are.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I love it when the connection is so beautiful like this. You know, yeah, when we really have a good connection. I just want to say, very simply, thank you, Maria. Thank you. The donation, a donation or a PayPal just came in there. So I'm not sure what that's for yet, but thank you, Maria. Thank you. That's what helps me to survive, because this is my full-time. This is what I do, full-time. So, yeah. So, parting message would be: love yourselves enough to come away from the bullshit. And the great awakening and ascension is not, there's a lot of memes about what it is, and it's love and light, and it's not. It's also traumatic. And trauma is what allows us to step onto the spiritual path, if we can forgive ourselves and each other. But mostly what the Pleiadians are always saying to me is, raise your frequency, raise your energy. And they say it for me and for others. Raise your frequency, raise your energy, step into the love energy, step into the Christ consciousness, step into the ignited spark of flame of divine sovereign being that you are, that we all are. We are so much more than we are taught, led to, programmed to believe, dumbed down, mind fucked, programmed, controlled, manipulated to believe. And that starts in the school system. It starts in the school system. The school system is no place for children. It's no place for children.
It's synchronicity. I literally was going to highlight next before we left the show, because it really was important, and you just brought it up. Jesper said we have to teach our sensitive kids about picking up external energies and just overall energy care. Exactly. Yes. I'm trying to do that with my 2 teenage boys, and that's hard because they want to go be with their friends.
Yeah. Well, ask them how. One thing you could do, Lisa, is ask them how their friends make them feel. Like, what do they feel with when they're with their friends?
Right.
And the other thing, and the other thing, I think it was the other thing I wanted to. Okay, darling. And the other thing I wanted to say, I'm not sure if I didn't catch his name, but he asked a question.
Let me put that back. Jasper. Yep.
Jasper, yeah, thank you, Jasper. We should be teaching, and the Pleiadians have told me this again and again and again and again. And one of the reasons I'm such a good channel for the Pleiadians is that I didn't have any secondary schooling, because the Pleiadians kept me out of it, which is, yeah, I literally didn't. I had, I think, a week where I went from the ages of 12 to 16, and I went, and that would have maybe 2 weeks. From the ages of 12 to 16, what I did was, because I had an out-of-body experience with Jesus when I was 12, that stopped me from committing suicide. And it wasn't a cry for help. It wasn't any of that. I was alone in my room, and I was deciding on taking tablets. And I had this out-of-body experience that lasted 3 or 4 hours. And literally was on the verge of committing suicide and taking tablets. And when I was sobbing my heart out, I was retching with snot, and not a nice picture. And when I came back from the experience, I was blissful, totally blissful for about 3 or 4 weeks, and then that gradually ebbed away. And one of the things so I spent my childhood, my teenage years, from the age of 12 to 16 in my room, meditating after that experience, reading every esoteric book I could get my hands on, and mostly meditating in my room alone. And so the Pleiadians kept me out of the school system. One of the things that they've shown me again and again and again is that we need to keep our children out of the school system, because that's also one of the ways that our energy is controlled, our minds are controlled. We are programmed, manipulated, dumbed down, controlled, taught to fit in, taught to follow the crowd. Don't look over here. Follow, 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 follow. It's one of the biggest mind controls ever dreamt up by the negative agenda. Children should be homeschooled or schooled by communities, like I think the Native Americans did, where the children were passed around the community and they were taught different things. We need to be teaching our children about real knowledge, about our history, about who we are, about where we came from, about Mother Earth, about trees, about plants, about nature, about sound, about astrology, about quantum physics, about so many subjects that we could be teaching them. And yet we don't do that, because we are mind fucked into the school system to believe that our kids are best off over there in the school system from 9 to 5, and we don't see them, and we can go to work and earn money and be part of the matrix. We need to really get out of that system.
Wow. This is like this is going to be like a second and a third episode because I'd love to just talk about that for children. And I appreciate you for that, because I do check in. My son is a Scorpion, water sign Scorpio. So he's just, boy, I know he just doesn't even have to walk through the door. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I don't want to keep you on any longer. I just want to say thank you so very much. Thank you. We appreciate everyone that joined in today. Please know I have a list. I kept a list of names, and I see who's in here. If you're coming back, I'll look for you. And if you definitely want to do a one-on-one with Soma ARah, you can catch her at thepleiadianchild.com. And also she has her Facebook group called Cosmic Starseed Academy. And I love you too. Love you, Susan. And she's Scorpio. Yeah, he's a Scorpio. Funny thing, we all incarnated, my family. I'm a fire sign. My husband's an air sign. My other son, my autism, he has autism, earth sign, and he's constantly planning things. And then I have my Scorpio, my water sign. I'm like, boy, oh boy, are we in this little and what do you call that? I always call it a petri dish of a learning here. You know what I mean? Off of each other. So I'm just looking at comments. So, okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Please, please, please come back. I will look for you. I have your names down. And thank you so much, Soma. I cannot wait to connect with you again. I appreciate your time and your energy, honey. And I love you. I feel like I've met another soul family member. This is wonderful. And did we meet? We met through LinkedIn, didn't we?
I can't remember how we met, Lisa. I think it was through Facebook. But this is the thing. I really feel a connection to you. I really do.
Me too.
And there are so many of us. I mean, and this is not my first experience of having a connection to someone, but there are so many of us that are having all these connections because we are stepping up. We're connecting, we're uniting. And no one is more higher than the other. We're all in this together. It's not about being on a higher dimension and being a channel for the Pleiadians. Forget that bullshit. It's about the messages, and that's it. It's about the knowledge. It's about the wisdom. It's about the history. It's about the truth of who we are, where we came from, why we're here. It's about connecting to each other. It doesn't matter if we come from a mansion or a hovel or Africa or India or Ireland.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I just wanted to say, guys, it was a pleasure. Please come back on Thursday. We have animal communicator, beautiful animal communicator, energy healer, and we also have Faith Mystic. She's coming on. She's a spiritual musician, vocal and instrumental, and an oracle. So we are in for a lot of fun. I keep the calendar on our YouTube channel. I try to do it on the other platforms on Facebook as well. But again, highly recommend checking in with Soma ARah personally. And we will be back. We will schedule. And so much love to you all. I have to get myself used to doing this. I don't usually do this. Let me exit out. And why am I not on? Hold on. Yay! I just want to say thank you so much. And I love you all so much. Thank you, Soma. And can't wait to play with you again. This is going to be so much fun.
Thank
Love
you,
you guys.
Lisa, and
Love you.
everyone.
Yes, love you
I
guys.
love you
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, everyone. So much love. Mwah. Bye, guys.